Hey everyone, welcome to my next custom showcase. So if you've been on the forum, this is another one that you've all voted for. So today I'm going to show off my 13 Doctors and other Incarnations. Now some of these aren't customs, but I'm going to go through all the Doctors anyway. So first and second Doctors, these are original releases. So these haven't been customised, these are just as they are. And the next one, like my first custom, is my 3 Doctors, third Doctor. So this originally started out as the Green Death variant, and then all I've done is paint the jacket and gone around the edges with the lining, painted up the bow tie and the shirt, and that's it. It's a really good simple custom to do, and I look at it and I think, why hadn't they done this before? Because they've done lots of variants of the third Doctor, but they've never done this one, and it would be such an easy one to do. So yeah, that's my third Doctor. Moving on, we have the fourth Doctor, and this one is a complete custom that I've made, and this is actually from the unreleased episode Sharda. So this is a basis, is a fourth Doctor from, I believe, Destiny of the Daleks, and then all I've done is put on a different head. I can't quite remember which one this was from, but it's the same model as the Season 18 Burgundy one, and then I've just used a spare waistcoat from a Keeper of Traken figure, and then just simply repainted it over, painted up the scarf differently, and so yeah, it's just again another nice simple custom, and it's just one a bit different that again could very easily be released, but something else that they haven't done yet. Fifth Doctor is a standard one, this is from the Revelation of the Dalek, Resurrection of the Daleks set. This was one that was released, but it's been released with slightly different trousers, so not a custom, just another standard one. The sixth Doctor I've made is actually just a repaint of the shirt front. It's not one of my best repaints, I will admit, but this was just a standard sixth Doctor figure, and then this is a repaint of, I believe, the Trial of a Time Lord collar, the look that he had there. Again, I just thought it was nice, something a bit different. Again, another custom that could easily be done. They've done several variants of the sixth Doctor, and the standard release, and obviously the real time, but of the standard costume, they've done a standard release, and they've also done another Trial of a Time Lord one. And it's something else that they could again really easily do, and it would be nice and cheap and simple to do, and it would probably sell very well. But again, just sadly, another one they haven't done. Seventh Doctor. This is another custom, but it's a bit of a custom with a difference. Obviously, for those eagle-eyed people, this has a Sirius hatted version. The reason being for this was because I had a spare Sirius head for the fourth Doctor, who with his hat came with a grinning face, but then the only versions of the seventh Doctor with a serious face didn't have a hat, so all I did for this was trim the top of the head off, take a hat from one head and put it on, and then just attach it back onto the body. It's come out very well. Again, another really simple custom. Again, something else that the BBC or Character Options, whoever make these figures, could very well do, but something else again that sadly they haven't done yet. Then we have the 8th and War Doctor figures. These are just the same normal standard ones, no changes here. 9th Doctor is a standard 9th Doctor figure, and then I've just repainted his shirt a light blue colour. Again, just because, it was a nice simple variant to do, nice and easy, and it was just something a bit different. 10th Doctor, this is quite a fairly extreme custom in the sense that a lot of this has been changed colour-wise. Obviously, I've repainted the suit a much lighter blue, and I've given him a darker shirt and a dark tie, very reminiscent of the Time Crash set. The only thing that my repaint hasn't got on this is the pinstripes of the suit, but it's not too bad. The head is from a Pentalion spacesuit Doctor. It's a nice head sculpt, so I'm pretty pleased with it, and I think it's probably one of the better head sculpts. It does have a slight waxy finish on the skin, but it just looks good for a custom, and it's a nice variant of the 10th Doctor that comes together. Next we have the 11th Doctor in his green coat. This is a standard 11th Doctor that I originally started with, and then I repainted the shirt blue, the bow tie red, and this is a second standard head, and then the coat is actually a trimmed down version of Captain Jack's figure's coat. I just thought it worked quite well, and then obviously just painted it up. Originally I had a 6th Doctor coat, but I liked the double-breasted look of the Captain Jack coat better, so I've decided to use that for this custom. And then, following up, finally, of all 13 Doctors anyway, we have the 12th Doctor. I'm not going to show you this again because I've already done a custom showcase for this figure. So if you want to know a bit more about this figure, check out that video. It's under the custom showcase list. But next, we move on to some of the other incarnations that the Doctor has had over the years. So, starting off from the very beginning, one that a lot of you might not recognise and might not know about, and this is a very odd custom figure, is this fellow. Now, this is a representation of a Time Lord known as The Other. Now, for those of you that might have read, I think it's Lungbarrow, The Other was one of the founders of Time Lord Society along with Rassilon and Omega. And basically, to cut a long winding story short, The Other threw himself into one of the looms and was later reloomed, or reborn, however you want to put it, as the Doctor, supposedly. It's never exactly confirmed, but that's the idea. So far, one of the only glimpses we really get of The Other is a slightly blue shadow silhouette on the front cover of, I think it could be Lungbarrow. It might be another, I might have that wrong. I don't think it is Lungbarrow, thinking about it. But the only one we get of him is a sort of shadowy blue. So I've tried to do the figure in the same sort of style of that. This is overall a Cyberman body with Rassilon's robe and coat with an Auton head. It's, you know, it wasn't meant to be anything particularly grand, and when you look at it up close it does seem a bit of a strange mix, but the idea was I was just going through my boxes of spare parts. I wanted something that would look a bit odd and different, and I thought that worked very well for that figure. So moving on to the next one, we have the Watcher. Now this appeared in the final 4th Doctor story, Logopolis, and the Watcher is in fact a sort of mid-incarnation between the 4th and 5th Doctors, who later merged with the dying 4th Doctor and fully transformed into the 5th Doctor. Overall, this is Rassilon's body with the Keeper of Track and lower arms, a 4th Doctor coat, a 7th Doctor collar, and the head was actually made from a slightly broken, decaying Master figure. Yeah, again, it worked out quite well. It was a nice, interesting little figure. Again, it looks a bit odd close up, but I thought it worked quite well, and it was just something, again, a bit different that I could do. Next up, we have the dreaded Valeyard. Now, the Valeyard is an amalgamation of the Doctor's darker sides of his nature, made sometime between his 12th and final incarnation. So that obviously means that between the 11th Doctor and any time now we could see the creation of the Valeyard. I would like to see him return in the series. Overall, this is Time Lord body with Rassilon's arms and a trimmed down Time Lord collar. The head is from a Marcus Scarman figure from the Pyramid of Mars set, and then I've just darkened the hair and gone over the eyebrows. Again, another nice little custom, nice and simple and easy to do. And it was just, again, just something that's, you know, it's a nice figure to have. It would be nice to see a proper release of this figure. Maybe if he ever does come back, we will actually get to see a proper release of him. So next up, we have the Metacrisis 10th Doctor. This is just a standard 10th Doctor figure, repainted suit with trimmed down collar, so it looks like a t-shirt, and then I've just used a Satan Pit spacesuit 10th Doctor head with the slightly crumpled, combed over headpiece. Again, just a nice, simple, easy custom to do, and I just thought, why not? You know, I've got the spares, so I'll do that one. Next up, we have the Dream Lord. Now, this figure does actually stand quite tall. I need to trim down the legs, because this is obviously an 11th Doctor figure base. So then all I did for this was just use the standard original release 11th Doctor figure, repaint the bow tie slightly more red, and then the head is actually a Bracewell figure from Series 5. with the glasses removed. As I said, this figure does stand quite tall. The Dream Lord is noticeably shorter than the 11th Doctor, so it's still something I need to rectify on this. But again, just another nice, simple, easy custom. Maybe this guy is the start of the Valiard for all we know. Maybe we'll see him return in the guise of the Valiard. But again, another nice, simple, easy custom, another good incarnation of the Doctor. And finally, we have one that we have seen recently, and it is debated whether he is an incarnation of the Doctor, but personally, I would like to say I believe he is. And here he is. It is the Curator. Now, obviously the Curator was played by Tom Baker, and I tried to do an elderly 4th Doctor head, and it just didn't work. It was terrible. So I had a spare 11th Doctor head lying around, so I thought, it's an elderly Doctor, it'll do quite well, and I think personally it actually does work quite well for this figure. Now, obviously, a lot of people are debating whether this guy is an incarnation of the Doctor, and I'm sure some people are going to argue that it's not, and I shouldn't count this as an incarnation of the Doctor, but personally, it is my opinion that he is. It's a future incarnation of the Doctor, so I thought I would definitely love to include him in my collection of all the Doctors. So, if you don't agree that he's not one of the Doctors, then fair enough, but my video, and that's my opinion, I think he is, so I've decided to include him in this. So that was my custom showcase of all of my 13 Doctors. Obviously some of them weren't custom, some of them were normal releases, but the customs that you did see, I hope you enjoyed. As always, like, favourite, subscribe, share, it really helps me out a lot, and I shall see you all with another video very soon.